Hi everybody. We get questions and emails quite often from people from all over the place that want to come and train at our school. They ask, Mr. Norcross, can I come and train with you? The answer is yes, absolutely. Anyone can come and train at our school. We welcome you. However, it's not as easy as you think. A lot of people live in a way that they inquire about training, but they never really mean to follow through with it. Think of how many times we have asked about something, or we've become interested in something, and then within hours we kind of forget about it, or in a few days we lose interest. We all dabble. I've done that myself. If you feel a heavy calling, you're obsessed with martial arts, and you feel like you just have to come and train, you are more than welcome. That's what I did nearly 20 years ago now. I moved to Ohio from the East Coast. Traveled 1,000 miles to train with my teachers. I left everything. I left friends, family, girlfriend at the time, my job. It wasn't that I was running away from something. I was running towards my destiny, towards my future. Since I was 10 years old, I've always wanted to train in martial arts and become a teacher one day. And I remember writing an article to Mr. Hayes, an interview back in, I think, 1989. And he wrote back in the Musubi Journal, and he said it would take 10 years to become a teacher. Well, it takes not quite that long, but I've been doing this 35 years now, and I still feel like a beginner. I'm still always learning something new, and I'm always in debt to my teachers of all different martial arts styles over the years. Do you feel that calling? Do you feel the calling to the point where you actually want to get up and travel? Who wants to live in Cincinnati? I did. Our school is located about 25 miles northwest of downtown Cincinnati. And we've been at our school, particular school, for 11 years. And then I was at a school for 10 more years. You are more than welcome to come and train with us. However, you have to remember that it's not easy. We all tend to get in a fantasy-based martial art where we think that we're gonna, and I've had people actually ask me this, can I come and work for you? Can I come and clean your dojo? Can I be your personal student? I've had actually one person say, can I come live with you at your house? The answer is no to all those things. We have to remember that it isn't easy to move, and it's gonna be very challenging if you make that choice in your life. You're gonna have to prepare. That's the essence of everything, is preparation. So if you really want to move to this area of the United States and train, there are several things you have to do, things that I did 18 years ago now. You're going to have to save money. So unless you're independently wealthy, 99% of us are not, so you have to save money. That's going to mean you're going to need one, maybe even two jobs. You're going to have to sacrifice all kinds of things to save money. Because when you get here, you're going to have to rent an apartment. There are some wonderful apartments right around our school that you could live at, but they're not cheap, and you're going to need a couple months of rent. You're also going to have to secure a job. Employment is everywhere if you look for it. There are part-time and, of course, full-time jobs. We have large companies like Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson near us. In downtown Cincinnati, the medical field is huge. We have a lot of jobs around here, but you have to secure a job before you come unless you save the money. You're going to have to get the support from your family. Although you don't need it, I had support from my family when I chose to move. It helps. It helps a lot because if you fail, you want to know that you can come back to your family and your home. You will regret it if you don't try, and trying's where it's all at. I always knew in the back of my head that if I didn't make it in Ohio, I could go back to Massachusetts. I never did, but I always knew that my family would accept me back no matter what. So do you have a support system? Do your friends encourage you to go train, or are there a lot of toxic people in your life that don't believe you can do it? Believe me, I had naysayers in my life too, several that thought I would never make it, that thought I would be back within a week, that wished my failure, or just didn't believe in me. But the power to believe in myself was greater than that, and I never looked back. I still have good friends on the East Coast, but my home is now in Ohio. I wasn't happy where I was. I didn't hate my life by any means, but I had such a calling to be pulled to Ohio to train. It was so powerful. That's all I could think about all day long. And again, if I never went, I would have regretted it the rest of my life. So if you feel a calling that's so powerful to come and train at our school, just know that you can accomplish your goals and dreams, but it's going to take work. When you get here, you have to realize that we run a martial arts school just like any other business. It's not a place that you can live. It's not some sort of commune. Although we all would wish that we could live with Mr. Miyagi, and we wish that we could live in a temple in the mountains. We wish that we could live in the mountains of Iga. I wish that I could live in the world of Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or something like that. Who wouldn't want Liam Neeson as your teacher? But reality says something very different. You have to be your own teacher. You have to be your own cheerleader, your own best priest. You have to be the person that drives yourself forward. No one really cares about your dream except for yourself. People will say they care, but we're all too egotistical to care about each other's dreams. That's just the way it is. Now, again, if you have a support system, that's great. But if you don't, you have to have a tremendous amount of self-discipline to get here and to train. You can train as much as you want. We're open 5 days a week until 8:30 at night from Monday through Thursday. And then we're open Saturday again training. Friday and Sunday we're not here. Fridays are my day to do my own personal training. Last week I was at the range practicing firearms. The week before that I was at a meditation retreat. The week before that I was off-site teaching. I teach seminars all over the place. I have several hundred students off-site that I have to go take care of. Every 6 to 8 weeks I have to go away for the weekend. Other than that, I'm at the dojo all the time. It's my full-time job. It has been for the last 20 years. So you are most welcome to come and train with us if you want. But you're going to have to live your own life and be quite self-sufficient. You're going to have to be adult about it, so to speak, because I have some people that actually think that it's some sort of temple that you live at. No, it's a small martial arts school located in a plaza in Mason, Ohio. But you're welcome to come and train. And when you come, you want to make sure that you train at least 2-3 nights a week. Some people train as much as 4 or 5, maybe even 6 or 7 classes a week. You're more than welcome to do that, but you're going to need a day off. Our day off is Sunday to spend with our family and friends. You're going to need a day of rest here and there. And you're probably going to have to be working because, you have to make a living. I used to pay well over $300 a month for my training, for my tuition. And of course I would go to seminars on top of that. I'd take planes all over the place to go to seminars. It was much harder back in the 1980s when I started. Now it's very simple. Our tuition's less than half of that. It's and you can come as much as you want. We also have a dedicated weapons class every Tuesday night. We have a classical Budo class where we take scrolls from hundreds of years ago and we go through the 9 lineages from Japan. Other than that, you're going to get a lot of self-defense, a lot of powerful living principles that you can use in and out of the dojo. And those that train are always telling me how much this training helps give them purpose in life, makes them more comfortable, more happy, more self-motivated. They have better time management skills. They don't get angry or stressed or depressed. And they just seem to be successful at whatever they touch. That's not the rule for everybody. There's always going to be exceptions to that rule, but it is possible. I encourage anyone out there to follow your goals and dreams. What is it that you love to do? What keeps you awake at night? What takes your thoughts away? For me, it was always the martial arts. And I had to find teachers because there was no one in my area that could teach what I wanted. Maybe you're fortunate enough to have a great dojo or some teachers right where you live. If you're one of the lucky ones, good for you. I wasn't. I had to seek it out, and it wasn't easy. I failed many times, but I never looked back and I never stopped. Once you start to train, it's just like a college education. You have to come quite a bit. It's going to be very hard. Most people quit. Sadly, the statistics are about 1 in 20 people make it to black belt because life gets in the way. And again, Human nature is for us to be very lazy and to dabble. Human nature, especially nowadays, is that we don't like to stick to anything. We like to bounce around. We like to become a jack of all trades but a master of none, and martial arts is the complete antithesis of that. You have to dedicate your life to this. But there are going to be times when family will want to pull us away from training, where my job has to change, or I lose my job and I don't have the money to train anymore. I don't have the time. And if I take a week or two off because I'm hurt or sick, that's going to happen. And then time gets in the way and things fill in. You might have kids, you might get married. Those things can pull you away from training. And of course, the biggest of all is your own self-doubt and fear. Fear of the future. That's going to be the biggest thing that kills people's dreams. But again, look at the light side of things. It is possible for anyone out there to accomplish their goals and dreams. It is possible for you to make your hobby into a way to make a living. No one's going to get rich at martial arts, but hey, you're going to be happier, you're going to be more secure, and you're going to feel very well protected and well rounded. So what is it you would like to do? What is it you want to do with your life? If you just stumbled on this video and you have zero interest in martial arts, well, what is it you've always wanted to do? What is it you've always been passionate about? What did you want to do when you were 10 years old, but we never had the guts to complete? It's never, ever, ever too late to begin to pursue our goals or re-pursue them. You are never too old to learn martial arts. You are never too old to chase your dreams down. It is never too late. That's a coward's way out. You don't ever want someone to doubt you, or worse, to doubt yourself. But we can't expect success in anything if we keep bouncing around from one thing to another and we never finish our thought, we never follow through. You want to make sure, that's so huge, that you're not just someone who says one thing but never completes it. The whole idea of being a warrior is running into battle and taking that public vow and meaning what you say and trying your best not to disappoint those who love and support you. Worse off, you don't want to disappoint yourself, because ultimately we're the ones at night that think about these things. And keeping it real, no one, again, I said it before, no one cares whether you succeed or not, really, deep down. People will say, oh, good luck to you and I hope you make it, but most people are so self-involved, they couldn't care less about your goal and dream. So it has to come from in here, it has to come from your heart. There are no shortcuts. There's tons of bad days, there's bad weeks, there's bad months in martial art training. You're going to have this roller coaster ride of highs and lows. But I promise you the highs far outweigh the lows if you really want to stick to the training decade after decade. When all of your friends and all of your peers have quit and you're the last one that kept going. That's the purpose of life. Just never giving up, never stopping. And you can go as slow as you want at your training. If you're 50 or 60 years old, you can go as slow as you want at your own pace, as long as you don't stop. There it is. That's one way of looking at it. You may have your own opinion or your own ideas. Maybe you've tried something and failed before. Maybe you've succeeded. But just know it's never too late. And if you really want to come and train with us, you are most welcome to come. Most welcome. We would love to have you with us. Until next time, you guys, train well, be safe, and I'll see you soon.